Hey friends, how are you today? I'm super excited today because today's the day that we get to go over the weekly planning section of the online Biz Mom Work and Life Planner. And I'm so excited because I did an older video on this before, but it was the old format using the freebie, the free printable. But now that we have our own planner and it's so beautiful and it's slightly different, I want to go over it again in the new planner. So I'm gonna go downstairs, maybe make something to drink, a hot tea, I'm not really sure, and then I'll meet you in the office, and then we'll go over the weekly planning part of the online Biz Mom Work and Life Planner. Super excited, yay! Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, friends, I am back. Okay, great. Had a breakfast, made a tea. I've been really liking Earl Grey lattes, and I make them at home, and they're super good. You know what? Starbucks has one that's called London Fog. That's what got me hooked on it. And now I just make them at home. Oh, so good. Okay, but anyways, yay, weekly planner. I'm super excited about this because this is like my baby and I think you're gonna love it just as much as me. I want to show you one thing. In the online Biz Mom Work and Life Planner, there's two colors, two color schemes. So this one has gold for the weeks, and then this square that says what went right is pink. So half of the year looks like that. The other half of the year is pink with gold. So it's reversed. So I did that because that way you can color coordinate how you want. So you can do 6 months of gold, 6 months of pink, and just kind of like divide it by half the year. You can divide it by quarters. You can just go every other week just to kind of help you divide up the weeks. It's totally up to you. And remember, that's the awesome thing about disc planning. You just pull something out, put it back in where you want it. If you want to see how to put the whole planner together and different options of like putting it together, check out my other video of how to put your planner together, and then I give kind of like some other options, and also the months are color coordinated so you can like work with that. But now, the weekly planner. Okay, so this is what your weekly planner looks like. You got one side with the week and one side with the dashboard, I guess you can call it, or the notes page if you want to call it. And I have a couple pens with me just to kind of color coordinate things. So first things first, let's start with this side. So weekly planner, you have a line here. I like to write either the week, you can put week of, or you can write if you're a person that likes to do a scripture for the week, word of the week, something you want to remember. I also like using, a lot of times in sticker packs, they have like stickers with sayings on them and quotes and stuff. I'll put one of those right there. Okay, so that's for that. Now, you have your master to-do list. So this is for you to write down all the things you want to get done. But then I also have it divided into errands and shop, call, text, email. Because a lot of times I forget to call people back. Or in my mind I'm like, okay, I gotta text this person back. And then like 5 days goes by and I don't text them back. So if I can write that down here, then I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta remember to call that person and I gotta text that person back. Call, text, email, very important. Errand, shop. This is a little square, I realize, for shopping lists. But that's why you got this side. So if you have a small, like if you just want to do for errands, like run to the post office, go to the grocery store, take kids to the library. Or if you want to do it for shopping, but this is obviously too small for a shopping list for you, you can write down like where you want to shop. Like if you have to go to the grocery store and then also Amazon shopping and you need to go to Target, then you can use this side for your list making. These boxes are very wide. You can use them for headings. You can also divide it, put a line down the middle, and then you can have like 2 different lists. Or if you want to use the whole column, you can have, so you can have 2 wide lists. You can put a line down the middle and have 4 skinnier lists. So that's what this side is for. I also like using this side for meal planning, but I'll get into that later. Okay, so now you know what to do with the gray boxes. Top box is just an extra box because you need to make this planner yours and what you would like. Would you like to put some goals up here? personal goals? Do you want to just put down some stuff you need to remember, like notes that you need to remember for the week? Do you want to put a scripture that you really love? Like maybe this line is way too small, you want to write it all out. Do you want a word for the week? You can write whatever you want here. And sometimes I'll put some stickers up top to still give me the room in the box, but this box is yours. Along with these boxes, they don't have to be for list making. You can have personal goals for the week here, mom life goals here, and biz life goals here. It's really, again, totally up to you. All right, so that's what the gray boxes are for. They're for your own personal, whatever you want to put in them. Okay, list making, ideas, things you need to remember, goals, however you want to do it. Now for the week. All right, there's a thin white line here that divides a little space up top. So what you can do is write down the dates, right? You can just write down the date in there, but that still gives you a lot of extra space. So some things I've been doing is sometimes I just like to write appointments up top if I only have one appointment for the day because I work from home. I'm home with my baby. I don't really have a lot of appointments. Some days I do, but for the most part, one a day is pretty good. Or you can put down something that you want to work on for yourself. Like maybe this is like your personal box. If you want to make sure you get your workout in, or do some reading, or some self-care, or I'm trying to do my manicure once a week. So that this, right now, currently, I'm using these boxes for my own personal me time, self-care, things I want to work on for myself. You can also use it for meal planning. So sometimes what I like to do is, if I'm going to use both sides for meal planning, I'll use one side to write down like what, sorry if you can hear Margot back there. She's potty training right now. So this side I will use to just kind of think about like what I need to buy, like just random stuff. Like, you know, we're out of milk and we're out of eggs and we're out of juice and all that kind of stuff. So I'll start writing a list here. Then I will start thinking about different meals I want to make. And then on this side, I'll write the ingredients for the meals. So like if I want to make spaghetti, okay, I need to buy sauce or noodles or whatever. And then I'll write spaghetti, and then I'll write down like what I need for spaghetti, and then I'll write whatever. I have no idea. Burgers, and write down what I need for burgers. And then that way, you know, because sometimes you have stuff at home. So I'll write like a general shopping list and then a meal planning shopping list. And then on the top, I'll write, you know, Monday night is for burgers, and Tuesday, I don't make food every single day, but everybody's different. So usually we have like leftovers the next day. So then Wednesday we'll have spaghetti, Friday will be burger night. So that's just the way you can meal plan. I actually have an idea for a totally different way to meal plan, but once I figure it out, I'll let you know. But for right now, this works really good. So again, use it how you want. So you can write your meal plan, you can write your date, you can write appointments, or you can write anything personal that you want to work on for yourself up top. Now, I don't even know why I took out all the markers because I'm not even writing anything. Now I have 4 check boxes, and that's for like your top items of the day. I used to have 3 check boxes, but I took a poll and everybody said they needed 1 more. And frankly, I get it because sometimes it's hard to just narrow it down into 3. So 3 check boxes. I think I'll start writing here. So the obvious one is your 4 top goals that you want to work on for the day. Okay, but you can do it a lot differently. So you can divide it into like the times of the day. So you can write, I'm gonna put an M for morning, afternoon, evening. All right, so you can write something you want to get done in the morning, afternoon, evening. And then this can just be a free box. Maybe it's for, sometimes I write appointments at the bottom. Like if I have meal planning up top, then I'll write the appointment at the bottom because, you know, you need both. Or you can do it for your family. So let's say this is mom, this is dad, and this is Penny, my daughter. So if you have kids and you need something you just need to remember for them, like Penny has a doctor appointment. Usually I think maybe for older kids this might work better. Like if they have after school activities and you have an appointment, or your husband, whatever, is going to be home at a certain time, you can divide it up by the people in your family. Okay. Another way you can divide it up by is by like different aspects of your life that you're working on. So you can do like something for work. So this would be like your one thing. And I think there's a book out there called The One Thing, and I haven't read it yet, so I don't really know too much about what it's about, but the general thing that it's about is like picking one thing that's going to move your life forward. So pick the one thing. Like, you can still have a bunch of stuff to do, but pick the one thing that you're like, I have to get this one thing done today, and this one thing will really help move my business forward. So maybe you want to film videos, and you want to like go on social media, and you want to do all these things, but maybe the one thing that's really going to help you is finishing your website, so people can go on there and start getting your products. So what's the one thing that's going to move your business forward? So I would put work, and that would just one thing. What's the one thing that's going to help me in my personal life? P for personal. Maybe that's making sure I get my exercise in. Maybe that's making sure I take my vitamins. Maybe that's whatever, making sure I get up in the morning and do my Miracle Morning Routine, which is another book I love. So you can divide it into like work, personal, maybe home. We just moved, so like, what's the one thing I gotta do in this house that's gonna give me some peace, that's gonna make me feel like I made progress, right? So you can use this to like divide areas of your life. So these are just examples, and the reason why I want to give you all the examples is because your life is going to change, especially as a mom. Your kids grow, your kids change, your schedule changes. Fall, winter is different than summer, especially young kids. Like, what Penny's doing now is not what she did 1 year ago, because she's 2.5. 2.5-year-old is completely different than a 1-year-old baby. Nap schedules are different, feeding schedules are different. So your life is always going to change. Okay. The other way you can do it is a little bit just by like time schedules. Like, if you have more timed things that are important, like at 1 p.m. you have to do something, and at 5 p.m. you always have whatever. There's not like a lot of room for time per se, but if you have like a few timed things that you need to get done, then maybe that's where you want to put your time at. So you have just like so many endless options. These don't have to just be check boxes for things to do. Okay, so I really want you to see like all the different things that you can do. And then lastly, what went right? And this is like one of my favorite things. So what went right does not have to just be gratitude. I think instantly people think like, oh yeah, gratitude section, but it can be so much more. It can be gratitude, but it can also be goals that you met, right? Accomplishments that you did, things that make you feel good about yourself. It can also be just something that happened that was like really nice that you want to remember, like a memory keeping section for the week. And you know what I like to do after the month? I will go and actually cut these out and put them up on my board above my office, or on my mirror above my dresser in my bedroom, and so I can read them. And so I also like to write the date, because when you cut them out, then you don't know what week this was about. So I'll usually write the date of whatever the day of the thing that went right, and that way you can look back and have all these beautiful memories. I have some that said like, what went right? I went to the doctor and the baby is healthy. What went right? We announced to all of our friends that, we're pregnant. What went right? We just bought a new home. You have like all these little like beautiful memories that you can like think about back on. And then also business stuff. Like I said, I have other stuff like what went right? I accomplished this in my business. So that's a beautiful square to use, okay? Now, if you don't feel like doing that, it's totally up to you, because you can also, if you're into stickers, you can get a little sticker, put that sticker right over there, and then you can use the square for whatever you want. All right, last, this side. So we already kind of talked about it. You can make lists. You can put your goals and then what you want to do to achieve your goal. And then you can use this for mind mapping. And mind mapping is my favorite. But if you've never mind mapped, I'll give you a short, like, little tutorial. So my mind doesn't always work in list making, or it just seems too like this endless sea of stuff to do, and then my mind's like, ugh, it's just too much. So I like mind mapping because it kind of breaks it up in little sections. So you would, like, maybe you have a goal, and I don't know what your goal is. Okay, let's just say for me, organizing the office. Okay, so that's the main goal. Now, what do you need to do to accomplish this goal? And you might have like 2 or 3 smaller tasks. So somebody who's gonna write lists would probably like organize the office at top, and then different tasks, and maybe like smaller tasks under those tasks. But to me, sometimes my brain feels like that's just like so much. So what I like to do is mind map, but again, it's up to you. So then you would do, I don't know, I'm not gonna like come up with anything right now, but you would do step 1, and then you would write another one, step 2, right? And then another one, step 3 of what you want to do. And then under these, then you would write, okay, well then for step 1, I need to go to the store and pick up this, and step 2, I'm also gonna have to order that, and I'm gonna have to call somebody for that. So that's how my brain works. And sometimes you just need this to like flush out some ideas. Like maybe you're like, oh, I have an idea for something I want to sell or something I want to do. Okay, what's going to be involved in this idea? I love like working out ideas this way, because then you can go back and be like, oh yeah, you know what? Also I'm going to have to do this too. It gives me like extra space, because if I write a list, then I've already written something under the first thing I wrote on the list, and then I can't go back in and like add some more stuff in. So this gives me lots of space to like go back and add things and stuff like that. So that's what mind mapping is. However, I'm going to move to the next page. If you're not a fan of that, you can use this dot grid in many other ways. One, you can just use it as lines if you want to just take some notes and write across on the lines. 2, you can use it as a graph. Okay, I like to use this if you want to like work out, like keep track of stuff, like numbers, like if you're doing social media, you can write down for the week, if you're doing like Instagram numbers, and then here you can whatever have like how many followers you have, stuff like that. So you can like chart stuff, right? You can make like keep track of your numbers. Another cool way is if you are a fan of, I want to say color, but time blocking. If you're a fan of time blocking, you can also kind of do that. So you can do like a general time block for the week. So if you're like, okay, I'm just gonna make a new graph here. Ignore this one. You could say, you can do this as the times. So you can do 9 a.m., 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, maybe you go down or up. And then you can have like what you're doing. So from 9 to 10, we're eating breakfast. Breakfast. Okay, and then from 10:30 to 12 is nap time. So you can do that, and then those are the times, and these are the days. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so you can definitely color block, and then you have like what you're doing for the week here, as far as if you need times, and then you could still write down like all of like your to-dos and all that kind of stuff over here. So there's lots and lots and lots of different ways, and that's why I say this planner is very customizable, because you can really make it your own as your family grows, as your business changes. You know, normally Penny would be napping right now, but she's refusing naps, so she's in the back making a lot of noise, because life changes. So I hope this gave you some really good ideas on how you can use this planner, and I can't wait to see how you make it yours. So please, if you have the planner, let me know of any other ways that you've used it. Share some pictures, that would be awesome. And real quick before we get going, I wanted to show you I have something new and it's awesome to help you plan out your goals. This is a monthly, sorry, that is so loud. This is a monthly planning dashboard that's free. It's a free PDF printable. And what you're gonna do is write your mom life goals up top for the month of January and your biz life goals at the bottom. Mom life is gonna be your whole life. You know, personal stuff, stuff with the family, stuff with the kids, stuff with the house, all that kind of stuff. But then you have your business goals at the bottom. Extra space for notes. Again, dot grid and blank so you can map stuff out, flesh stuff out, think of your ideas, any extra notes you want here. And there's going to be a new one for every single month. So this works great because you can print it out and just use it alone. So if you don't have the planner, you can still use this all by itself. But if you do have the planner, this becomes your like monthly dashboard divider tab. So if we go back to the months, here we go. All right, so this is January. I haven't filled it out yet, but you would print it out, punch it here, and then you would add it into your planner right there. And you can buy these little self-sticking tabs. A little tab that says January. I printed this out on cardstock, so it's a little thicker than the regular paper, but now you have a monthly divider tab, and then every month I'll come out with a new one, so you'll have all the months in a row, and then you can map out your monthly goals, and then you have your monthly habit tracker, and then you have your monthly layout with all the extra space for your note taking. Alright friends, that's what I got. I am so excited for you to use this. There we go. And I hope you really got a lot of good ideas on how to use the weekly planner section of this planner, because this is like the meat and potatoes. This is what makes the planner yours. This is what makes it unique. This is why it's so customizable and can flow with your life, and you can use it however you want. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, a like, and if you want to see more of my content, please hit the subscribe button. I'm a little baby channel, but I'm planning on growing and delivering some new, fresh content every week, and I'm super excited to see how you guys are loving your planners. And also, if there's any feedback on the planners or on the free printables, let me know, because I'd like to make things that are going to help you as a mom to help organize your life, feel better, have that like balance feeling of, you know, you're working on things that matter to you, that help you feel good. Okay, I will talk to you girls next time, and have a great day. Bye.